What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. I'm your host, Rex Ruger. That's the Alexis Arguello puppet.
I'm your other host, Frank Benji's, back with another episode.
And it's a banger. We got ourselves a good interview, and he's here now. So if Benji's would shut up for 2 seconds, man, we'll get him in here.
Parker and Wilder are slugging it out right now.
Slugging it.
Slugging it out right now.
Yep. Slugging and thugging. Well, we wait for our guest to get in here, man, and he's in here, man.
What's going on, Rex? What's going on?
There he is. What's up, champ? There he is. Uh-oh, we lost him.
No, I'm here.
There he is. We were waiting for you to come on here, but we're also diverting our attention between the great card that's going on in Saudi Arabia right now.
I'm trying to find out where I can watch this card.
Well, you know, full disclosure, man, me and Benji's are illegally streaming it.
Okay, how can I do so?
and I will
SportsSurge.net.
SportsSurge.net.
Okay,
SportsSurge. Yeah, but of course, while he's doing it, and of course, Nate Galaxy Warrior Campbell having a shitty Saturday, man. The car breaks down and he's got to tow it, man.
You know what? I'm not mad about it. I go to SportsSurge.
SportsSurge.net. Yeah.
Sport.
SURGE.
Yeah.
SURGE.
And I'll tell you right now, man, Wilder's getting it put on him right now by Joseph Parker.
Good.
Yeah. He's getting it put on him, man. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. It's not looking good for him right now, man. And I'll tell you what, it's been a hell of a card up to this point. It's been almost all knockouts up to this point, except for Bivol. He couldn't knock his guy out. But of course, for our audience, Nate Galaxy Warrior Campbell, man, former lightweight champion, unified lightweight champion, been in the ring with, my God, who haven't you been in the ring with? Danny Garcia, Victor Ortiz, Tim Bradley, Joel Casamayor.
Casamayor, that was one of those fights that blew me up real quick.
Yeah. I bet it was, man. I bet it was. Now, obviously, we're talking about this this card right now, man. Are there guys right now in the sport that you follow and you keep a keen eye on that you're a fan of?
I am. I think SportsSurge.com net.
Yeah.
No.
SportsSurge.net.
Yeah, no .com, .net.
.net.
SportsSurge. That's sports with 2 S's.
No. SportsSurge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sports. Yeah. SportsSurge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess it's probably the wrong thing to do to fucking cop to the fact that we haven't paid for this event. But
they don't pay. Hey, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Exactly. But getting back to the question, are there guys that you're a fan of right now that are currently active?
Yeah, it is. Spence. I like Crawford. A lot of people think I don't like Crawford. It's not that I don't like him. I don't know. I'm at a place in my life where I want to watch guys fight.
Yeah.
Being that you're a Spence fan and you were in the ring with Danny Garcia, do you think that was a real bold move of Arrow to come off of that car accident and just fight Danny Garcia as his first fight back?
Yeah, I do.
Crazy.
I like that.
But bold. Yeah.
Right. What's it under? What is it under?
There should be a bunch of pop-ups that come up, and one of them should say Joshua versus Wallen. And then you just click on it, and then it shows you a bunch of different links. And you just pick one of those. It's going to force you to go to a couple ads, but then you just exit them and go back and hit play again.
Yeah, just keep closing out the ads and clicking on the box. Yeah.
On the play box, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching on my other phone.
It'll start eventually.
It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass, and you got to stay with it sometimes and close the ads out and keep clicking the screen, man. But that's good.
What do you want to watch today?
Boxing. Obviously, go down to where there should be like an icon of a big boxing glove.
There is none.
Really? It doesn't say boxing?
No. Sport v2.sportsurge.net.
Yeah, you're on the right site.
Yeah.
When I go to it, it just shows me right away like every sport that's happening for the day is just in a list, and I can just click on whatever I want.
I think I may be in the wrong. I might be in the right place, but wrong.
Like usually, right when I go to the site, I don't have to click on nothing. They all just right there in a row. And actually, Joshua Wallen's at the top of the list.
The boys stops. Big Baby.
Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
in the 10th.
Yeah, with about 8 seconds left.
Who was winning?
Oh,
he was killing him.
Yeah, Dubois was winning all the rounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
He was out
there. American fighters are catching hell.
I was actually rooting for Big Baby. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like Big Baby. I really do like Jared. But you know what?
I just sent you I just sent you a link that might help, man. Maybe click on that link. That might bring you to where you need to be.
Where'd you send it to? I
sent it to your Facebook Messenger.
See, but I'm on the phone that uses that.
Oh shit!
Did you send it to my number?
Oh wait a minute. I think I might have your number too. Actually,
I got 2 numbers.
Okay, let me see if let me see.
600.
This guy wants to get the fight, man. We gotta get this guy to fight, man.
I got the 0090 number.
Right. Let's do the other one.
Is that the one I can send? Is that the one I can send it to?
No, send to 600 9075. Same prefix.
You got that, Benji's?
600
9075.
9075.
Right. You know my zip code. My area code.
He said same area code.
Okay, hold on a second.
It's just a lot going on with boxing right now for me, man. It's everybody's out to be something more than just fighters. I like it when guys were just fighters.
I'm going to send it to you, Benji.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like what they did here, because it's just a lot of guys fighting each other.
Yeah. Right here, Benji's. I sent you the number, man. So change the.
I got you.
Yeah, so change the number and just send him your link.
I remember a time when boxing was boxing.
Yeah. And you think that I got to ask you, man, because I've asked a couple of our recent guests on here. You think social media, man, because it wasn't so prevalent back when you were fighting, you think social media has made it easy for these guys just to bark and woof at each other and not make anything happen?
I don't want to cut you off, but it was 600 9075, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is social media bad for the sport?
I don't know if it's bad for the sport, but I know it's bad. I'd rather invest in. For me, I invest more time in Nike tennis shoes, man.
Yeah, I see that.
This is like some of the stuff I got for Christmas. I got what is called Black Cats, but I got these mochas also.
Nice. Benji's a shoe guy.
Yep.
I got the mocha. I got something that a lot of people don't have also.
Yeah, that's the way to get the real collection, is to get the sneakers that are hard to get.
Yeah.
Like Benji, you're like these. All I'm gonna do is show you this.
Oh, yup. anything SB.
Yeah.
I already know.
There they are. Unveiling them.
I can't even see it. Oh man, that's Louis.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are tough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the strap that goes with them. There's a strap that goes for the bags.
Yeah, that's cool. Wow, I didn't even know Louis Vuitton was involved with Nike.
This is a limited edition.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they do like special collabs.
Yeah. And now, oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
It's the Virgil Abloh deal.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, rest in peace to Virgil.
Yeah.
So the resale value on these shoes is sick.
Oh yeah, I bet. Me and my boy used to go for those on sneakers all the time, but they're so hard to get without like having the bots.
Now, when you make a comment like you made earlier, like about the Joel Casamayor fight, you know, like growing you up fast, man. Like, what do you mean when you say that?
315. Who's that? You? Is that you?
Yep.
Yeah.
This won't even let me. It won't let me click in.
Nah.
There's no blue tab in it. Well, because I thought I was a pro boxer since I met him. He taught me all kinds of stuff.
In the ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He grew me up real quick.
And did you maintain a friendship with him, like beyond the fight?
Actually, you know what? We talked the other week.
You talk every week.
We talked the other week.
I like hearing that.
Yeah, me and Robbie Peden are the best of friends. I mean,
yeah.
Over now.
So you stick. So even though a guy beats you twice, hey, it's all business, right?
It was, dude. It was business after it was over.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, obviously we're seeing a great card right now in Saudi Arabia, but I got to get your opinion, and I think I know what it'll probably be, you know, because you kind of got that old school mentality. But you know, and we ask everybody that comes on here this, but do you like what these hybrid matches or these YouTube things do for boxing? You know, I mean, these Jake Paul type fights. Do you like these?
I don't hate them. I mean, but my argument is if you're going to do it, be fair. Do it with real fighters.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't get to call yourself the same thing I get to call myself.
I like that. Yeah, that's real. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And when you say like a real fighter, like obviously he just made a big deal about fighting an actual boxer in that last fight, but nobody really ever heard of this guy. I don't know what his credentials are or whatever, man. But when you say fight a real boxer, man, like what does that mean to you? You know, fight somebody with a certain amount of fights or a certain pedigree or a certain amount of accolades?
I had to fight guys who actually fought before.
Yeah.
I had to fight guys that actually were, that's just what they did.
Yeah. And did it their whole life.
And there was no gamesmanship. There was no, in the more words of my mama, there was no bullfuck. There was no bullshitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is what it is.
And you know, obviously we mentioned a couple of the guys that are on your resume, and sometimes it's not always the obvious choice, but who was the toughest opponent for you?
Father Time.
Father Time. Yeah, he gets us all in the end, doesn't he?
Yeah, stop coming on me. He made me know that I started late.
Yeah. What age did you start at?
I had my first amateur fight at 25.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's unbelievable, actually. See that, Benji's? There's still hope.
Yeah, I'm a little past 25.
Don't do it, Benji. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
I'm a couple past 25 anyway.
Yeah, he is. He's leaving it alone, champ. He's leaving it alone.
Benji, don't you let him talk you into that bullshit.
No. Hey, there's a reason. Hey,
yeah, you can do it. No, Benji, you can't.
Yeah, yeah.
Some young guy there with your name written all over him.
Oh man, I gotta say right here, quick. They just showed the score, the unofficial in round 12. It's a shutout right now. Parker pitching a shutout against Wilder.
Pitching a shutout.
And
I love it. And I love it because this whole card was centered around finally getting a Wilder-Joshua matchup, and Wilder didn't even come through with his part.
Well, Anthony didn't come through with his part on occasion or two.
Yeah, he might not tonight. Who knows?
Might not tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the truth of the matter is, Wilder's never been anything special.
No, I agree with you.
I told everybody that when he shitted on Mark Brealey.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna let him live that down.
Yeah.
Until he's man enough to go back and apologize to that great man and great fighter.
Great fighter, great manager, and thank God, because he was the only guy that was looking out for Deontay that night. Everybody else had no advice for him in the corner and just kept pushing him back out there.
You can do this, hoping he could hit him with that one shot he's been hitting everybody with.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not mad about it. It ain't my business to be mad about it. But you know what? One thing I'm happy about is that I don't have to look at him. I don't have to look at his face anymore if he gets his ass tore up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But you do make a good point, though, because Mark Breland, though, man, I mean, come on. For God's sake, the guy's an Olympic hero, dude. Stand-up guy. One of the greats in boxing, man. One of the great guys in boxing, man. One of the true gentlemen in the game, man. And it didn't deserve to be done that way, man.
If it wasn't for Mark Breland, I'd be a broke bastard right now.
Yeah? Really?
Tell you the truth. Mark Breland pulled me off to the side. I'll never forget it. And asked me a very simple question. What you doing with your money? I said, what you mean what I'm doing with my money? I said, I got about 10 grand in my pocket. I'm living it up, man. I'm gonna be 26 forever.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And evidently Mark knew he was my hero. He knew he was my hero.
Yeah.
He pulled me out to the side and said, you gotta do something with your money. Put your money somewhere where it does something for you.
Yeah. That's good advice.
Yeah. And I found a way to I started putting away as much as I could put away. And because we weren't making monopoly money back when I was fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I look at the money these boys are making. I'm thinking to myself, if they ain't careful, they're gonna piss me off. I'm gonna get in shape.
There you go. Yeah, why not?
They're giving with monopoly money.
Yeah.
And I'm watching these motherfuckers get on social media and talk crazy. I'm like, man, give me for this money. They're giving away.
It's a different era now. I mean, it is. It's a different era, man. Like now, you can go and get a huge bet. You can go get a huge bag from fighting a guy like Jake Paul. You can get the biggest payday.
Yeah, I told one of my guys, hey, man, I want to do a celebrity boxing match.
Yeah.
I said because I want to do one.
Yeah.
I said I can still fight. I just don't. And
what has life? So what has life after boxing been like for you? I know for a while, man, like you were doing the training thing and had your own gym for a while.
I own a gym. I still train.
Yeah.
It'll never be the same.
Yeah.
It will never be the same. It will never be. I'll never feel about training like I feel about boxing.
Yeah. Is it just a passion thing?
It's a passion thing. I don't think that people understand what it is to give so much of yourself to something and then to be told you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that's real. That's rough. Yeah.
That actually is.
I was telling them, I gave up a pretty decent marriage or two for this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real, man. When it cuts into like when it cuts into real life like that. Yeah, that's you sacrifice.
And the thing about it is, the only thing that I'm angry about is that I couldn't have my daughters with me every step of the way. I would have loved them to be every fight, not just select.
Yeah. Right.
That was who I did it for.
And when you talk about fights, was there ever any fights, throughout your career? I asked this to a lot of guys. Are there any fights that you wanted that didn't happen? Any guys that you wanted?
Mayweather, Pacquiao, Marquez.
A lot of them.
My door too.
Yeah.
Valero.
Yeah, rest in peace, the great Edwin Valero. Yeah.
I don't know about rest in peace, but I definitely want to put a piece of my foot in his ass. I knew I'd beat him.
Yeah.
I knew I would beat him. And a lot of guys, oh man, Valero would have got crushed.
Yeah.
I told a guy the other week, man, Valero was a monster. I said he was a monster for guys who weren't. I was the monster.
Yeah.
Let's get this established. I was the guy nobody wanted to fight. Nobody was breaking my breaking, and I never turned anybody down.
I agree with you. I agree, man. You did seem to be very avoided. Yeah, I would agree with that assumption. As for the fact that you don't have any of those names, and there's no reason that you shouldn't.
Exactly. I was the one trying to get them.
Yeah. Was there something that you saw in those guys? You know, specifically when you talk about guys that are always talked about as the GOAT, and I'm speaking mainly of Floyd and Manny. Was there something in those two guys that you thought that you could exploit?
I fought in the bucket just like Floyd. My foot right there, shoulder forward.
Yeah.
But I threw my shots with reckless abandonment for your health.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to hurt the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And I didn't think Manny could beat me because he was 2 pace first.
Yeah.
And I told everybody when I couldn't get him, I said, if you don't run from him and just rock back on your heel, you knock this bum out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marquez listened and he knocked that guy out.
Yeah, he did too. He face planted Manny too.
All he had to do was don't back up. Rock back on the shot. Because he gives face.
Yeah, he did get face planted too, man. Marquez did a number on him, man. That's true. I love Marquez, man. Marquez to me, man, is just one of those guys, man, that just gets criminally underrated all the time.
Marquez was my mentor. He wouldn't fight me either.
Yeah. He was your mentor, huh?
He was my mandatory.
Oh, mandatory.
Yeah.
Marquez mandatory. Marquez is my mandatory. Casamayor is my mandatory. They fought each other.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. And that's saying a lot right there. That's saying a lot.
Yep. You could have fought me for 3 belts, but you decided to fight each other for nothing.
Makes no sense. I know. That is crazy. That is good. Is there a satisfaction though, even though those fights don't come to fruition? I'm intrigued by the fighter's mindset. You know, is there something satisfying about knowing that you're being avoided or ducked? Obviously, you want the fights to come to fruition and make the money and make the big fights. But is there something satisfying, you know, to the ego and to the brain of a fighter to know, like, you know, these guys don't want smoke with me?
Not me. I remember one night Roy was on TV. Roy Jones, my big brother.
Yeah.
So he hits me up. He's on there. Hey, you fought such one? I said, yeah. You fought this guy? I said, yeah. He said, who ain't you fought? I said, you. He said, shut up. I just want to. He's on there, HBO.
Oh, yeah. Now you're talking about a whole different kind of animal right there, man. I love Roy, man. And Roy's another guy who I figure, man, a lot of times, man, you know, does not get his just due, man. You know, the people talk about GOATs and they always go to Mayweather. They always go to Pacquiao. They always go to 3 or 4 guys before they get to Roy.
Let me help you understand something. Roy Jones is the author of a generation.
Yeah, he is.
He's the author of a generation. You didn't get to be in the state of Florida without Roy Jones.
You're right.
Roy Jones started a movement in Florida.
Yeah.
For years, you came to Florida to get easy wins. Roy Jones made that obsolete.
Yeah.
He showed us that we could.
Yeah. Yeah.
He showed us that we could. So when you talk about boxing and how great Florida became, it's because of Roy Jones.
Yeah.
It isn't because of Tarver. It isn't because of Winky. They all happen because of him.
Right. I agree with that. Yeah. And when you think of somebody that's like, you know, you hear a lot of kids nowadays, especially the younger generation, in all sports, they're always talking, you know, the GOAT. You know, does that guy in boxing exist for you? And, you know, who is it? Who is up on that pedestal?
There's a guy by the name of Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yep. Yep. We can't forget him.
He is the GOAT. He is truly the GOAT. But let's have a conversation. If we're gonna talk about guys who are just that great, there's a guy by the name of Charlie Burley, who Ray Robinson wouldn't fight.
Yes.
We can also talk about a guy named Willie Joyce, that's greatly underrated.
Yep.
Willie Joyce beat everybody at 135. He was on steroids and wasn't a big puncher.
Yeah.
So I don't particularly. There's so many guys that I can tell you about. Arthur Johnson, Jimmy Bivens, great fighters.
Yeah, Jimmy Bivens, amazing. Yeah, it's not. I think your point is it's not always the big household names that we think of. It's
not, because for me, I will never be that guy that you think of when you think great fighter. For a lot of people, they don't know me. I'm the little engine that could.
Right.
Nobody believed in me. Nobody gave me any accolades. They didn't even want to sign me.
Yeah.
I didn't get signed until I was 19-0 with 17 knockouts.
And who did you end up signing with?
I signed with Gary Shaw was at main events. They signed me.
Yep. Yep.
And they signed me not because they liked me. They signed me because they could keep me away from their fighters.
Right. Yeah. There's always a strategy.
Well, strategy, because here was the thing. I was fighting 126, 130, 135, 140, and 147 all at the same time. Had knockouts at all weights. So I was with 17 knockouts. There was GALAXXY Warriors at 126. Nobody at 130 for them. Mayweather was at 130, so I was happy to go to 130 because I wanted to fight Mayweather.
Yeah.
He said it would be slave wages to fight. You know, those are the kind of fights that he was going to end up with guys like me.
Yeah.
Juan Diaz, main events had Juan Diaz at 135. Panchito Bajado was at 40 and 47. Remember, he fought 2 weights.
Yep.
And to keep me away from those guys, what do? You can't control me, and you can't keep me away. So you sign me.
Right. But you did fight Juan Diaz, or Juan Diaz, though.
And I beat him up.
Yep. Yep.
And I still been beating him when the police showed up if they'd let the fight kept going.
That's a fighter talking right there.
And a lot of folks think I said some really heinous stuff to Juan Diaz. And I hope that one day he knows that it was just all in the spirit of fighting.
Sure. Yeah.
I told him I was cussing his mama, calling him names. And somebody's like, why would you say that? Why wouldn't I? He had something I had to have.
Yeah, you're selling a fight too.
Not just that, I had to have what he had.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was nothing else in the world that he had that I wanted. There was
hunger.
There was nothing in the world he had that I wanted other than the world title.
Yeah.
And at that particular night, if Jesus Christ would have came down from heaven, I'd have fought him the same way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not because I don't love the Lord, but because it's what I had to do.
Yeah.
My destiny. And I felt like I was destined to be champion.
I feel like, you know what, champ? I feel like having Jesus Christ on the resume would be better than Floyd Mayweather, though.
It sure would. And a lot of guys don't get that. I wasn't angry. I wasn't mad. I just wanted to win the fight.
Yeah.
I went through I took every stride I could to win that fight.
When you start boxing so late, do you feel like a compulsion or like a drive, like you had to make up for lost time because you were starting late?
I did. And for that reason, I was willing to fight anybody they put in front of me.
Yeah.
There's no one person that I wouldn't fight.
And what was your busiest year, man? Like when you're getting started, how many fights would you fight in a year?
I fought 11 times in 9 months in 2001.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. And the only reason I didn't fight more because I hurt my right hand.
Yeah. Were injuries a big part of your career, or did you maintain your health pretty good?
I fought my whole career with a pinched nerve in my back, and you never knew it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known it either. Yeah, that sucks too. I've had a couple back surgeries too. The back sucks.
Dude, I was so hurt, I couldn't put my foot on the floor some days.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Like I went to the gym every day. I don't care how much pain I was in. I did it.
Where did you feel like was, because you did fight in multiple weights, where did you feel like, though, was your natural, like, home? Is there one weight that you felt the most comfortable at and feel like you did your best work at?
I just really worked so hard to be good at everything. I want to be good at everything. I want to do everything well.
Yeah.
And because I felt like I was behind the 8 ball, that's what I was doing.
Yeah. I can relate to that. I can relate to that.
I want to know, since you said that the toughest opponent was Father Time, who was the hardest puncher? Who hit you the hardest?
Randall Bailey in sparring.
Hey, we just had Randall Bailey. We just had Randall Bailey on a couple days ago.
Bailey hit me. I take that back. Randall Bailey and a guy by the name of Teddy Reed.
Yeah, Randall Bailey. Yeah, I mean, Randall Bailey was obviously a savage puncher. I mean,
and he didn't knock me down. He didn't wobble me. He just bang. That's a motherfucker. And we went to war.
Yeah.
We went. John Davis said he could. We went to war.
And this was a sparring session.
At sunrise, we went to fucking war. That's the only way I can tell you happened.
Yeah.
It went down. It went down dirty.
And where are you with Randall Bailey now, though? Is he someone you consider?
That's my brother.
I love him. Yeah.
That's not, he didn't hit me. We just boxed. That's what we fought.
Yeah.
Every time was a killer.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, he hit me in the top of my head, and my neck went from this long as my hand, to this long.
that's hard. That's hard. Yeah.
But when I tell you that's something that I love Randall Bailey, I love Charles Whitaker, I just love the Allen Green. These are my brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, the group, man. I had a group of guys with John David. One of the guys, one of my guys, he said, Nate said John David had a utility crew. You had a guy that would turn the water off, the lights off.
Yeah.
You had a guy that would, because all of us could punch. There wasn't a guy in the group that couldn't punch.
Right.
Every last one of us would turn your lights out.
And it's nice that you've maintained the friendships, because we've talked on here like a bunch of times about how unfortunate it is sometimes that boxers, after their fighting career is over, sometimes do not always end up in the best of circumstances, and there isn't a lot of help for fighters after the fact.
Man, if Randall Bailey ever needed something, he called me and told me he needed it, and I got it. He got it.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice that you got that mentality of looking out.
My brothers, I don't, man. Listen, I don't think people understand the love you have to have for someone that's willing to trade blood with you.
Yeah,
that's my brother.
That's real talk. I like that. Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, right. But you guys have actually shared something in the ring, and you've gone to war with this guy, yet you love him though. That's something I like on a cerebral level. A lot of people can't relate to or understand.
Let me give you what you can understand it. Randall Bailey worked my corner when I fought Ricky Keelis. He knew how much I love Ricky Keelis, but he made me focus on winning the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thinking about him. Do what you got to do, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I said, but it's Ricky. Fuck that. Love him after.
Yeah. Yeah. Love him after. Yeah.
And at the end of the Ricky Keelis fight, I leaned over and kissed Ricky Keelis on the cheek, and I pulled him in close and I hugged him. I said, I fucking love you, dude. I fucking love you. I fucking love you. And I didn't want this fight.
Yeah.
But I got to go in the fight for the world title because I did my job.
Right.
Ricky Keelis is still one of my favorite people to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real, man. That's real. Well, I mean, you've done it all, man. We're so happy that you were able to come on here and do this with us, man. It's a real blessing and an honor to have you on here, man. I'm sorry that you went through the shitty day that you went through today, man. It'd
have been shit if I couldn't go get my car.
That would have been bad. Yeah.
Look, anybody who knows me knows I'm old school. These hands are made for working.
Yeah.
I'll probably pull that Mini Cooper apart, rebuild the engine in 2 days. Once I get the parts, put it back in the car, crank it up, and drive it home. Drive it off.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you doing this a lot, man. I know we missed each other, a couple weeks ago, man. But we're glad we finally got the chance to do this with you, man. Love picking your brain on stuff, man. Hopefully, we'll keep in touch, and and we can do it again.
Man, thank you for having me. I thank everybody who's ever supported me and still supports me. I'm blessed to be where I am. I'm blessed to have my faculties.
Yeah.
Conversation with people. I'm just plain old blessed. And you said you made the statement that I was on. What'd you say? You said shitty day. My day is never shitty when I get to talk to this girl right here.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about, man. You're talking to a couple of married guys here, man. So we know what having a good woman in life means.
Right. And I don't have shitty days. I refuse to have shitty days.
You're winning, champ. You're winning.
I can still have a conversation. I'm winning.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And a lot of guys do not end up in those circumstances, and we've seen that firsthand. Yeah,
50, I have 50 pro fights, and I can still have a conversation with you.
Yeah. That matters. That's big, man. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you having one with us today, man. And all the best to you and the family, man. Enjoy your holidays, man. Be safe, man. And we love and respect you, man.
Thank you so much, guys. Peace.
Yeah. Yep. We'll talk to you soon, champ. Thank you.
All right, Rexx.
Bye-bye. I hate to say it all the time, man. I hate to say you're welcome all the time to the fans, man. But yet another legend, man. Off the couch boxing, swings and delivers again. Yeah, I love Nate Campbell, man. Had him back. I had him on back in the Pod Scum days, man. I love that guy, man. Love that guy, man. Love his career. And you hear that out there, man? That should be the message that should ring true for people, man. It's never too late in life. 25 years old, he starts his career.
And also, just because the guy's not a household name doesn't mean he wasn't great.
37-11, 26 knockouts, man. Was in there with Danny Garcia, Victor Ortiz, Tim Bradley, Juan Diaz, Robbie Peden twice, Joel Casamayor. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. 2008 to 2009, had the WBA, IBF, and WBO lightweight championship. Excuse me, man. Unified. That's a lot of motherfucking belts right there. Fought at super feather, lightweight, junior welterweight, man. The guy's an all-time great, man. Been in there with everybody. And I do believe, man, that those guys that he was saying that wouldn't fight him, man, I believe that shit, man. I believe that shit. Because there's no reason that those guys fucking shouldn't have fought him, man. And if you look back in the rankings, man, he's right. I remember when he was fighting and watching a lot of his fights, man. And for his mandatories to duck him and fight each other, man, I mean, that speaks volumes, you know?
Right.
And please, folks, if you're watching this right now, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, like and follow us on Facebook. Don't be a chump. We don't want to have to send Nate Campbell or, worse yet, Randall Bailey to your door to make you understand.
The KO King.
You don't want to smoke. You don't want to smoke with these, man. Yeah, you don't, man.
He said Randall Bailey made his neck shorter.
Yeah. Randall Bailey's the kind of guy that hits you, dude, and takes inches off your life. Not years, inches off your height, I should say. It's probably like a better way to say it, man. But yeah. And it's always an honor to talk to these legends, man. Utmost respect to the audience out there. Always put respect on these guys' names because, as I've said many a time in the boxing pages on Facebook, man, any guy, and I always capitalize anybody that steps through those ropes, man, deserves respect.
Absolutely.
It's not just something your average Joe Blow off the street can go and do.
Absolutely. 100% agree.
Well, because I happened to see a post the other day, man, and I responded in kind, to the widow of the late great Tommy the Duke Morrison, and some guy was fucking shitting all over his career, man, and left some pretty demeaning statements, and I had to jump in there and say, fucking first of all, and it was a little off-putting to her, I think, and she kind of put the guy on blast and put his comments up there, man, and she got lots of love and lots of support. And which she doesn't probably need because obviously Tommy's accolades fucking speak for themselves. I mean, for God's sake, he won the WBO heavyweight title. He beat fucking George fucking Foreman.
Right.
A heavyweight boxing legend. And a lot of other guys too, man. And had one of the nastiest left hooks in all of boxing. Got to star in a Rocky movie. I mean, so Sylvester Stallone saw something in him. He didn't just stick any old garden variety boxer in his movies. You know what I mean? People were carefully selected for those roles. He saw something that he liked in the kid or whatever, man. So Tommy Morrison, man, irregardless of whether we lost him at a young age or not, man, he won in life.
He absolutely did.
Got shit done. He got shit done, man. And people are still talking about him. Unlike this asshole who was on there making derogatory comments about he was a bum and what did he ever do or whatever. What did he ever do? First of all, he did something the minute, like I said, he climbed through those ropes.
Mm-hmm.
He already done something right there, man. Regardless of whatever his record was, And it just so happens that he did have accolades. Not everyone can walk around and make the claim that they were once the heavyweight champion of the whole wide fucking world,
Definitely. Most people can't.
It's an elite group of people, dude. I'm a heavyweight fucking, in terms of weight. I haven't ever won a heavyweight title. I don't know anybody that's won a heavyweight title. I mean, outside of guys we've had on here that we forged relationships and friendships with. But in my own personal circle of friends, Sorry, I'm not friends with no heavyweight champs. I'm just not. But you know, it is what it is.
It's that time for me
Yeah.
to big ups Gary Busey.
Big ups.
Hit you with the Gary Busey quote of "I can go 15 seconds with anything."
And that's
Let's
true.
go watch this main event.
Let's go watch this main event, man. And I will say, folks, man, happy holidays to everybody out there from Off the Couch Boxing. Be safe out there, man. Move carefully, man, during this holiday season. A lot of crazies out there behind the wheel, man. You know what I mean? Stay safe, man. Love on your families, man. And remember, if you want to be a champion, you got to roll with the champs.